Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. अभी हम करेंगे एक्सरसाइज नंबर 13, 14, 15, पेज नंबर 44, 45. We are doing comprehension for class 9 and 10 English grammar. You have textbook board. Let's start. Number 13. Exercise number 13 says a tailor ran a shop in a bazaar. An elephant used to go to the river through that bazaar. The tailor gave him a bun every day. One day, the tailor pricked a needle into the trunk of the elephant. The elephant became angry but went away. On return, he filled his trunk with muddy water. On reaching the shop of the tailor, he put his trunk into it and squirted the dirty water into the shop of the tailor. All the fine and new dresses of his customers were spoiled. He was very sorry for annoying the elephant, but it was no use crying over spilled milk. So number 1. Where did the elephant go every day? The elephant used to go to the river every day. Number 2. What did the tailor give him? The tailor gave him a bun. Number 3. What mistake did the tailor make one day? One day, the tailor made a mistake and by pricking a needle into the trunk of the elephant. One day, the tailor made a mistake by pricking a needle into the trunk of the elephant. Number 4. What did the elephant do after drinking water? The elephant squirted the dirty muddy water into the shop of the tailor. Number 5. How did the elephant punish the tailor for his mistake? How did the elephant punish the tailor for his mistake? The elephant squirted dirty water into his shop and as a result all his fine and new dresses of his customers were spoiled. Number 6. What is the moral of the story? The moral of story is The moral of the story is don't play prank with others. Another moral of the story may be that once damage is done, then it is useless crying over spilled milk. इसमें दो मॉरल्स हो सकती है. The moral of the story is don't play prank with others. किसी के साथ आप जो है वो इस तरह का मजाक ना करें जो उसको बुरा लगे. और another moral of the story में भी कि जब once damage is done, कि आपका नुकसान हो चुका हो तो then there is no use of sorry, no, it is useless crying over spilled milk. Now we will be doing next exercise number 14. It says a professional player is quite different from an amateur. His main aim is to make money. He plays the game to earn money or win a game. On the other hand, the amateur player has no such aim. He plays because he gets pleasure in playing. ये कहता है कि जो प्रोफेशनल प्लेयर जो है वो खेलता है पैसे के लिए, जीतने के लिए, ठीक है. क्योंकि अमेच्योर जो होता है वो प्लेयर के लिए खेलता है, ठीक है. गेम्स नॉट ओनली गिव हिम रिक्रिएशन बट आल्सो फिजिकल एक्सरसाइज. जो अमेच्योर है उसको क्या होता है, उससे फ़ायदा क्या होता है कि उसको ना सिर्फ तफरीह मिलती है बल्कि एक्सरसाइज भी मिलती है. ही एंजॉयज गुड हेल्थ एंड अ साउंड फिजिक. ही प्लेज द गेम एज ही शुड. ही ऑब्जर्व्स ऑल द रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस ऑफ गेम्स. Amateur player plays honestly. He becomes a disciplined gentleman and a responsible citizen. He accepts defeat but does not resort to cheating or other unfair means to win. If he wins a game, he feels happy, but he is not sad at losing one. ठीक है? What is meant by a professional player? Number one, the professional player means a player who plays for money and or win a game. The professional player means a player who plays for money or win a game. Number two, with what aim does he plays games? He plays games to win and earn money. Number three, what makes an amateur player a responsible citizen? An amateur sports player becomes a responsible citizen because he with honesty. He learns to play by following rules. He learns to play by following. An amateur player becomes a responsible citizen because he learns to play with honesty. आप ये भी कह सकते हैं कि because he learns positive things from the game, like honesty, and following rules and regulations. He applies his learning in his daily life. Number 4. What qualities of true sportsmanship does a professional player lack? A professional player lacks the true sportsmanship because he only knows winning, either by dishonesty or by not following the rules. He can use unfair means and cheating to win because it is difficult for him to accept defeat. A professional player lacks a true sportsmanship because he only knows winning either by dishonesty or by not following the rules. He can use unfair means and cheating to win because it is difficult for him to accept defeat. So, first 4 points are done. Number 5, question number 5 is, how does an amateur player differ from a professional player? An amateur player is different from a professional player as he plays to get player in playing. He gets a lot of benefits from fair play, like good health and physique, following rules and regulations and accepting the defeat. An amateur player is different from a professional player. As he plays to get player in playing, he gets a lot of benefits from fair play like good health and physique, following rules and regulations, and accepts the defeat. Number 6. Who plays a game for the sake of the game? An amateur player plays a game for the sake of game. Now we are doing exercise number 15. Exercise number 15. On page number 55, it says the camel is rightly called the sheep of the desert. It is the best means of transport in deserts. Camels go slow, but they go on walking for hours on the burning sand in the blazing sun. Camels carry heavy loads, much heavier in weight than any other beast of burden can. While the other animals' feet sink into the sand, nature has made the feet of the camel so that it is not at all difficult for it to walk on the sand. The camel is superior to all other animals because it can go without food and water for days and weeks. It can store food and water. Its hump is also a store of food which the camel uses when it gets nothing to eat and drink for many days. In deserts, only bushes grow here and there, and the camel can live on these. So, question number 1. Why is the camel called the sheep of the desert? The camel is called sheep of the desert because it is the best way of transportation in the desert. Number 2, is it for its speed that it is called the sheep of the desert? It is due to easiness with which it can walk, run and carry heavy loads in the desert. Number 3. What difficulty do the other beasts of burden have to face while walking on the sand? The other beasts of burden other beasts of animals and the other beasts of burden what difficulty do the other beasts of burden have to face? The other beasts of burden face difficulty walking in the desert because their feet sink into the sand. Number 4. Why does a camel walk easily on the loose sand of the desert? A camel can walk easily on the loose sand because nature has made its feet such that it is not at all difficult for it to walk on the sand. Number 5. What special quality makes the camel superior to other animals used for transport? The camels have superior quality of storing water so that it can live the camel has superior quality of storing food and water so that it can live without food and water for days and weeks. The camels have superior quality of storing food and water so that it can live without food and water for days and weeks. So 5 questions are answered. Now we'll be going for the 6th one. How does a camel go without food and water for days and weeks? The camel goes without food and water for days and weeks by storing these in its hump. Number 7. Who plays a game? Who does the camel? What does the camel generally live on? The camels generally live on bushes, grown here and there in the deserts. A desert is spelling DESERT, a desert. ठीक है, अगर कहीं पे भी डबल एस हो तो आप उसको करेक्ट कर लीजिएगा. DESERT, इट इज़ फॉर द डेजर्ट. ठीक है, तो इस तरह से ये आंसर्स हैं. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा क्वेश्चन थे, 7 क्वेश्चंस, थोड़े से लंबे हमने उनको आंसर दिए, बट दीज आर टू द पॉइंट. ठीक है, इनको आप बार बार जो है उनको प्रैक्टिस करें, इसको पैराग्राफ को पढ़ें और क्वेश्चंस को पढ़ें, इनको अंडरस्टैंड करें. इजीली आप यू विल बी इन अ पोजीशन टू आंसर दीज क्वेश्चंस.